What is up, peoples? Got a wonderful announcement, so gather on in, gather on in. Make sure you hit that like button as you come in. Gonna talk about things going on around. So, hope you guys like my picture. Is how I feel about clovers and trolls. What's up, Love and Peace? What's up, Mr. Smith? So, what's up, Jay? You were telling me about a new YouTuber that seems to have been around, has a pretty big following that you found or you saw. Who's that?
Yeah, but I from actually not too long ago. I don't want to give the name away because all the drama that's going on in the community, and I feel like as soon as they know about any big channels trying to, then immediately everybody's gonna try to get in contact with him and bring him into the drama. I kind of like
I see.
where he's at now.
All right.
Would rather not have any big channels get into the drama, and then it's gonna make the overall
Yeah, yeah. No,
look
I see what you're saying.
crazy.
Kind of makes it not want to be involved in it if it's at this time.
Yeah, pretty much. So
All
like
right,
that's
good.
kind of
How
where I
about
go
this?
now. I just watch
There's,
his
there's
videos and stuff.
there's certain people that will get these answers, and the ones that talk to us on a regular basis, and we know aren't going to be kind of dramatized and nothing. We'll just let them know to start keeping an eye on them. We don't have to do it all public though. I see what you're saying. That's actually kind of a lot smarter. So when all this crap dies down, we'll have someone to jump to hit up and it be in the right situation.
That is true. That seems best.
Good idea.
Because
Good
at
idea. I
the
like that.
moment, this
Well, I'd
the
like
moment the
everyone to know.
community doesn't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just saying, it seems like at the moment the community doesn't know what exactly the goal is now.
Oh, okay. See, there's no direction, so you don't want to bring someone in that's big and it go a different direction, or them seeing it not having a direction towards it.
Pretty
Well,
much.
here's the thing. I believe that there's definitely there's fuckery going on, and which is part of my little reasoning for going online. I wanted everyone to know that not only does Jamaican Titan have a clone, and you should be able, when you see Jamaican, we all know how he talks. Um, we all know his content, so it's pretty easy to go to check his content, make sure he's a real one. We all know he is not afraid to be on the mic or on the video, so asking him to take his camera off, just to identify. That's a good idea. There's a few other things out there we won't go into, but apparently um, there's a clone of me now, wrench and all. So, like I said before, they're starting to do this kind of stuff. Um, Kudos to them that they figured out how to do it with wrenches. But that's been taken care of, and the people that need to know, and now everyone knows that there is a clone of me. So if you're not sure, or it is talking shit unlike I do, um, hit me up on a personal in the back chat, and I'll tell you if it's me or not. Fun, right? I've made it big. So proud of myself. Little old me is now on Big Troll's radar. I'm quite honored, actually, to tell you the truth. And I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but we won't give him that satisfaction. But on other things, I've heard little things like Jaredism is going to be doing a new laser test for flat. So pretty excited to see that when that comes up.
Oh, there you go. It went quiet.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened. My signal says it's pretty good actually. Um,
It's probably me.
I don't. Yeah, I know there's no way I'm gonna top yesterday's stream. That was honestly, Jay. That was you missed a good one because that was probably the most fun I've had on a stream in a long time. It was definitely needed. Yeah, it's definitely
Say
you
what
because
now?
yeah, exactly. I was saying yesterday's show was probably the funnest I've had on a stream, and you kind of missed it. Kind of wondering where you were that you missed all the good fun that happened.
Oh,
I'm talking about yesterday,
oh, let me
yesterday's stream.
see. I don't know if it's me or a combination of me and you, but this connection over the place.
Well, I have a good one right now, so try backing out and then coming back. What's up? All right, love and peace. You'll be right back. Cool. Flat matter fresh. I'm not sure who you are, but you say you've heard Mr. Smith is Tim Osmond, but I'm not sure. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, and if need be, I could find out. Yeah, I don't think it is. Let's see what else. So, got it. What's up, Dr. Michael Miller, PhD? Welcome. Oh, I see, Mr. Smith. How you doing, sir? Um,
Missy,
Actually, I'll find
Missy.
out if Mr. Smith. I'll find out if Mr. Smith is Mr. Smith right now. I kind of like Mr. Smith because the stuff he has on his channel, it's not you wouldn't expect it. Like you see what he has, and then you go on to check what he has, and it's pretty simple. Now the issue I have with his channel is that his content seems rather new. Mr. Smith, you got to do me a favor, and you're gonna
Wait,
have to
who?
eat Mr. Smith.
Other dude I gave you?
No, 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 no. I'm talking about Mr. Smith. He's been around in a lot of the chats. I just need to see if he's been duplicated because his content seems kind of fresh.
You know
Yeah,
that's
I
only
got to
gonna
do
make
something.
the trolls smarter, right? With accounts that they've had for a while.
Yeah, but it still won't match out every. Like I look at if I looked at your videos and that you've been cloned, and I looked at your videos, I would know. I would know, especially because I know when you made them because I pretty much uploaded them all the same day they came out. So if they're not as old as mine that I have, then I know you wouldn't match out, and that's the way it is with pretty much everybody on YouTube right now. I mean, I'm still new, but I've been around long enough that I could tell what a profile like that looks like. But that also makes me realize that
Yeah.
when I look at a flat matter fresh this page, I should see lots of content and not one of those newbie sites. Like for instance, he has nothing on here, so I'm gonna guess really good money that flat matter fresh is an actual troll trying to spread shit. No, that's what it is.
Uh oh.
If it's not, then
Tell them all.
no, I no, I'm not worried about Mr. Smith because I can right now I can easily check, but I'm not really too worried about it right now. But this flat, just keep an eye on him because you have zero content and you're brand new to the world. Yeah, you're very new. And then yeah, like Love and Peace. I know, and there's just too many ways to find out that all they're really doing is just making themselves look like stupid ass idiots and wasting time. It'd be one thing
That
if
is
I was.
true.
It'd be one thing if I had no content. Then it's real easy to do it. But they walk around telling like they went onto a yeah they went to a channel earlier today that I had was in the chat for 2 minutes and then sniped them And the issue is the second they do that, everyone who has a personal message with me just asks me if I was in there or not, and then we know. So I mean, they're gonna have to do a lot more than a lot better than they're doing to be able to make to actually do something worth a shit. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I know they're here. I know they're watching. They know they can't blow up my chat because I got my slow chat on. So basically, what happens is they sit out on the outskirts and watch and listen and try to figure out what they're doing. But it's all good because what we were just talking about, what you're about to do, and what I'm interested in, that's going to fix a lot. Um, Other good
I know
stuff.
nothing.
Okay, so I want to know if anybody in the chat, Jay, if you noticed it. So the sun was there, the moon was up this morning. Did anybody notice there was an actual dark spot on the moon, like a dot? It was. I mean, this part was. This thing was very obvious. Did anyone notice that?
A dark spot on the moon.
Yes. I tried to take a picture on my phone, and it was super crappy. In fact, while we're speaking, I'll try to see if I can get it on, so or I'll be able to show it after I charge my phone a tad bit. Hang on one second.
Nah, you get 100.
Hang on one sec. Hang on.
900.
So basically, the way I can describe it is: imagine you had a sharpie, and you put that sharpie. If you put a sharp sharpie and made a dot on the moon, that's what it looked like. Yeah, it sounds weird. Once my phone charges, I'm going to try to see if I can get it pulled up. But it's something I noticed, and I'm just wondering if anyone saw it. Um, I knew I thought I was tripping too. So what I
Okay,
did was that you put a dot on the moon.
I put it down.
You stupid ass.
I
I know. It sounds very crazy. I know. I'm not crazy though. So I know you don't believe me, but it's okay. I can tell you right now, on my son's life, I saw a dark. It was a dot. It looked like someone made a dot on it. It didn't make any sense. It wasn't no other dark spots on the moon. This looked like someone put a dot like with a sharpie on the moon.
wow. No comment about that one. What do you say to something like that?
I don't know. What do you think it could have been? Put it this way, I have my phone's charging
Me?
right now. I have a I took a picture. Like I said, it didn't come out great, so I don't know what it looks like. I haven't even tried to check it out. I took a video. I don't know if it's going to get close enough, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not crazy. I'm telling the truth. And you know I'll be outside tomorrow.
Was it like a big dot? A small, tiny, unnoticeable dot, or
Okay, it was a small
like
dot on the
what?
moon, but it was a small dot on the moon. But it was. How do you answer that? I mean, it was big because the size of it on the moon. What they say, this thing was huge. But from here to where the moon is, I saw it looked like as if you put a dot on a piece of paper. How big that would be? Well, put that up against the moon, and that's how big it was.
I see what you mean.
So for anybody that's just
I
now
see
come
what
in,
you mean, but
let me explain again what happened. So this morning I'm taking my son to school about 6:30 in the morning. I look up at the moon, and on the moon I see a dark spot as if someone put a sharpie dot on the moon. Sounds weird. It definitely was not normal. Put it that way. So I'm definitely going to try to figure that out and try to figure out what that was. I'm hoping it'll be there again because I will be up early in the morning to make sure that I take having pictures if it's there again. And if it's not there, I got more questions. I know it sounds crazy.
Sean, what have you taken any lately, or have you
Have I done what?
fall off the? Huh?
I've I can tell you now I've done a lot of stuff that could make my brain go whoa, but I didn't this morning. When I saw this, I was perfectly fine. I'm not crazy. I saw what I saw.
It's the
Where are you?
struggle.
Where are you at? What ghetto are you walking around in?
I'm not on the beach. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna just tell you that I'm not on the beach.
God damn. So
How about that,
uh,
Mister? I'm so close to finding you.
I'm just saying. You I didn't know where you lived. I don't even know what city you were in a month ago. So, like I said, love and peace says I'm. You see, that's the problem. Love and peace even says I'm crazy.
You are crazy.
I'm not crazy. And when my phone gets
You
charged
are
enough to
crazy.
turn on, you'll see.
Yeah,
So,
when the phone is charged enough.
yes, exactly. What? Like, did I stutter? See, you think I'm crazy. Everyone else thinks I'm crazy. Do I never come off like the crazy guy? Have I? Thank you. Make me feel good about myself, Jay. Thanks.
You okay?
So, I was gonna play a video of mine, but I kind of changed my mind since you all think I'm crazy. Um, so let's see what's in the chat.
Mister Shun.
See, I can already tell. Like I'm looking at the chat now. I can already tell there's at least a few trolls. Don't fight. What shouldn't I fight? Oh no no! I know I'm crazy, dude. I'm I promote flat Earth. I know there's loose. I got something loose up there, but I know what I saw this morning. So no. Hey, wait,
You
I'm
got a
gonna
couple
show it. I'm waiting for my phone to charge up so I can be able to get there. I'm turning it on right now.
phone people.
I don't like that you guys think I'm crazy though. It kind of makes me feel funny. Like if you guys are calling me crazy, then I must be.
What? I just said it was. I just said it was.
I know exactly what you meant, Jay.
You do?
Yeah, exactly. Um, you finish anything up yet, man?
Wait,
And
what?
there it is. Flat matter
What?
fresh says I'm a known liar. Which troll are you, Flat? Why don't you instead of hiding behind that name, why don't you just let us know who you are?
Wait, he said you are a known
Uh,
liar.
yeah, that flat matter fresh guy, the new one. Like I said, that was probably a troll. Finally showed his trollness and said, I believe you 100%. Or he said, Sean, you are a known liar. Well, Mr. Troll, why don't you show yourself and so I know which troll thinks I'm a known liar.
Ooh, you got roasted.
I don't think it's Bill. I
Sean,
think
you
I think
he
Bill.
just
Hang on,
roasted you on.
Flat Accord. I believe that Bill Hicks wants to be accepted so much that he wouldn't do that. Now, make sure you don't ban that guy because I would love if you unblock people after every stream, like you said. Oh, I do. So that's why I would love to know which one you are because that probably means you're probably so known of a troll that I didn't want anything to do with you. So which one are you? because I'll go to my list right now, and I'll tell you exactly if you're there and you're not one of the asshole trolls. I'll unban you live on the show so you can see for yourself. But I find it interesting that
He
you
is
feel the need
Mr. Stupid.
to make another troll account. So which one are you? I don't think you're PMars. PMars is usually a little more creative when it comes to making his own his sock accounts. The funny part is I know there's even a fake Tim. That's the crazy part. Like someone thought it would be a great idea to clone him. Oh no, yeah, Bulldog. I've already checked. I knew that before we even started. Hey man, can you hide behind a corner or something? You sound like we all getting chased by the cops because of you. All right, so I'm over at my list.
Wait, what?
I can hear the cops in your background.
Wait, what did you say?
I hear the cop sirens in your background. So I said, why don't you duck behind a corner or something so they can stop chasing you?
He said, "What?
All
Okay,
right,
go ahead. I'm
let's look through
doing
my.
something.
I'm gonna look through my list right now, and I'm gonna try to figure out because there are people that I will unban just based on the fact that you know see if they've learned to figure it out not to be an asshole coming back. But I can guarantee you, if I don't see a name in here, then it means absolutely nothing to me, and that means I probably wouldn't want you in here in the first place. Okay, we'll unban this one because I wasn't too sure. Let's see. Yeah, so that was one. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do it just to see if it is because I'm almost willing to bet it is. Yeah. See. Mm. Yeah. See, I'm not seeing any others that I wouldn't unban. So if that troll is someone I would have unbanned in the first place or cared about, then you should be able to get in now. Hmm. Yeah. No, I don't see anybody else. I have unbanned 3 people. So if you would like to try and see if you can get in on the name that you're saying you would, you're more than welcome to now. And if you are blocked, then it's not my problem. I don't really care. That's the best part because there's not a troll really that comes with anything worth a damn to say. Yeah, so basically anybody that I would have normally unblocked last night, which I didn't probably because I had a. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but that was probably one of my favorite casts I've ever done. So when that was done, I was riding high, and I didn't really give a fuck about who had banned or anything. So Bill, was that you? Okay. Well, Brian, was that you who just was making the flat one? Like, because I'm gonna figure out who it is. And Brian Borax or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, you're on ban. See, Bick's got his today. Well, that's what I'm saying. There's 2 people in here that say they got banned. So we're gonna go ahead and see. So I'm assuming it was Bill Hicks, and he needs to be more creative. That's pretty sad. And that means he came in with all his Slack accounts last stream. All right. So back to the task at hand. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull this up, or let me pull up these pictures. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump up into the Hangout real quick. I'm telling you.
So,
So,
oh
oh
yes,
yes,
my
my
bad.
bad. Okay. So I definitely
Uh,
saw a spot. Uh, Love and peace. I'm not sure who did. You're unblocked now. Fluffy Toke, you're unblocked. Um, okay, now let's see if I can go share this, find out these pictures because I'm telling you right now, I'm not crazy. I know what I saw. So I'll start off by going to the back check because that may work better. You think I'm crazy? I know.
It's okay, Sean.
I don't think this is gonna be good enough to show.
It's gonna be okay, Sean.
I hate you. See, I didn't have my good camera. It's not my fault.
That's why it won't show up. It didn't show up.
All right, if he's back in, blocked by someone with no content. Laugh out loud. Well, how about this? You're gonna get blocked from the name you're using now, Flat Matter Fresh, if you don't let me know what your name is. Well, then why don't you know who you are? And I bet money you probably
Just
weren't going to be allowed in the first
that.
place. Okay, let me see if the video is worth looking at. See, I don't think that. See, there's no reason for me to have done this. Make a video. We're gonna try the video. The video may work. Um, let me see. I gotta find out which hand I'm in. What the hell? Huh.
Give Sean a round of applause.
For what? You know what? You keep chastising me. Whatever, man. I know you think I'm crazy. That's fine with me.
I those words.
I don't think Jamaican
Uh-oh.
is Bill. I believe that Jamaican is probably
Oh.
HSP. Okay, so what's up, Ed? How you doing, man?
Peace to all my melanated and flat earth family out there.
So what we're
Sitting,
talking about is and it's gonna sound crazy, but it's what happened. So this morning I'm taking my son to school, and I looked up at the moon, and the moon literally had a black spot, like as if someone put a dot with a sharpie. That's the best way I can explain it.
yeah, you're looking at part of the rabbit.
See? All right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm uploading a video that I took this morning. On my phone, it doesn't look like it may be good, but I'm thinking because of the bigger, wider screen on the computer, it may show up a little bit better.
I was just talking to one of my homeboys. I'm gonna have him jump on and get into conversation.
All right, no worries. You already send out the invite to him?
I'm about to right now.
All right.
I just want to tell you before I do it.
He's not? Is he a Glober, flat earther, or just curious?
Glover, it's my homie. I grew up with him.
Okay.
So this is his real first introductory about flat earth. I've been talking to him about it for probably a year or something now. Seriously talking to him about it probably a year, but not really giving him a full conversation. But he knows. I've been trying to get him on for a while, but
All right, cool.
but yeah, I'm gonna send it to him right now.
All right, no worries. All right, that's actually a good thing to do for today. That means we can do like the basic stuff. Um, Flat Earth Accord. Refrain from that. It'll kind of help not start it over again, if you know what I mean. So no disrespect on that. Delete. Wait, where is he? Where is he at? Where do you guys see Orion? Or is that somebody else? Oh, what up, Jamaican? Um, let me know if you want a panel. It's actually a pretty good topic. We're doing this. It's going to bring a friend by that isn't flat Earth and kind of just wants to learn about it and figure out what's going on. So my video's uploading. My apologies to people. It's kind of it's important to me to figure this out. I'm telling you, I'm not crazy. There was a spot on the moon, and then to try to think what it could have been is kind of weird too. Because I can't think of a reason why there would have been a spot like that there.
Man, I don't know how to do this shit. Cause he's not coming up when I press people and when I go to add.
Do you know his email?
Hold on, I'm gonna try another way.
Yo, yo, Ed. Wait, hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Music's name is Ryan. Oh, okay. No, he's not. It's flatter. It's flat accord. That's all there is to it. I don't know him as no damn Ryan. I'll give him another name, like I give like Ted.
Yo, Ed. I turned on share by link. You should be able to just give him the link now.
Yeah, you have full control. Um,
Oh,
Jay.
that's the remove shit. Okay, like what the fuck was that? I ain't remove nobody. Um, still don't know how to do it from my phone.
Oh, you're on your phone. That's why. Or I have troubles doing it on my phone too. Just finding because it's supposed to be the same, but it's definitely not.
Um, TC put something in the chat so he can um. I think can't you do it that way? Send him somewhere through the chat.
If he gives me his email address in the chat, then I can send him one. If he has a Google account.
I don't know why it's doing this shit. That's fucked up. It do it with everybody else because y'all in we have conversations. So it's like, why isn't
Does
he popping up in the conversation list?
do you have a conversation with him in
Yeah,
the back
just have
chat
one.
on your phone? How would you do that?
Oh,
Go
that was
to
no, know why? That's me having a conversation with him. When I'm
okay.
doing
Go
these are groups.
yeah. So if you you may have to back out to do it. But if you go to this hangout that I have, and then go to people, you should be able to add them through there.
All right, let me try that.
And it's only a couple more minutes, and I'm trying to figure out. Okay, it said it didn't work. So let's see if I can bring myself back in here and share it myself. All right. Is there a way to share? My bad. Oops, sorry. Feedback like a motherfucker. So I'm going to try to find it and then send it. There it is. Into the back chat. Let's see if that'll work, and I can play it. And like I said, I don't know if it's gonna work. It's pretty it's pretty fuzzy from on my phone. What I'm hoping for is that it'll see. Okay, so it says it's sending. But for the people that just came in, I'll go ahead and sound a little bit crazier again. Um, Basically, I woke up this morning and found myself looking at the moon and there being a super dark spot on it. Kind of looked like a so, someone took a sharpie and put a dot on the moon. Now, Jay's called me crazy a few times now, so he's got me feeling pretty crazy. So I'm hoping this sends pretty soon. So trying to figure out how to get this to work. All right. So I got it. So what I think I will do is,
Figured out what it was.
I think I figured out how to do.
all right. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna screen share my actual Hangout.
No, I got it. I got.
No, no,
I
no,
just sent it to you.
no. I'm trying to see if I can see the video of the moon with the dot on it. Like I was saying, I'm just gonna see if I could. I'm not. You know what? You're not gonna make me feel crazy. So we're gonna do this together.
Mr. Shanji.
All right. Where is it? Oh, wrong one. What are you doing? All right, hang on. Issues. It's not exactly what I want to be showing or happening. Try this again. Uh, all right. So your buddy's here.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, because
Yeah.
right now I'm kind of trying to figure this out, but we can go ahead and go through that so far. All right, while I'm doing this. So how you
What's
doing,
going on
sir?
with you, man? TC, you hear us?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm all right.
So new to flat Earth, or new to the concept of flat Earth.
Yeah,
About to blow his
very.
mind. He ain't gonna believe nothing we say.
Well, we hope anything that you do here, uh, encourages you to go look, fact check it for yourself, because that's the main part that'll help what we're saying. Uh, Once you find it and realize the obvious stuff that's going on right now.
All right, I'll start it
Well,
off right
Uh,
here.
well,
When we was like in Miss Becker class and all that, I do remember on the stage. That's where the globe used to be sometimes. Do you really remember her like breaking down the globe with us when we was in school?
not really, but a little bit.
That's the thing. I remember they used to talk to us about it, like this is where we is, this is America, this is South America, this is Africa, but they never really taught us certain things. I remember certain things when we got to high school or junior high that made me question things, but when we go to the beach, do you think of curve and all that type of shit? Or are you just looking at the scenery, the water, the women?
You say,
Like
do I think of what?
like when you go to the beach, do you think of a curve and like when you pass the distance, it goes, it drops. You ever think of that?
Um, nah, I think it just keep going.
So when they show you a globe, you got in the plane, right? When you went to Texas, you was in the plane.
Yeah.
When you looked outside your window, did you see flatness or you see like any type of curve to it?
Nah, I didn't see no curve.
I'm gonna go
Now
ahead and start pulling up.
you was probably
I'm gonna
about
pull up some pictures that while you're talking, so you can kind of get an idea of what we're saying.
when you was in the air, you was close to 5 miles up, uh, and for that, you should have seen something in a way. Now, when we say see something, like we say see a curve. Now, our eyes only can see a certain distances clearly, and you can really pick something out and say exactly what it is. So when we say curve, it ain't like you can see this big curve because you're not gonna see a curve like that from your own eyesight, but you should see
You
some
talking
type
about
of
like
dip.
you talking about the curve like around the ocean and shit?
You can kind of say that.
Let me see if I can pull up one from the beach. Or this is basically what he's trying to say is when NASA shows live videos, NASA shows um, you know views from the ISS. What generally they'll show you is something like this, right? See that nice big curve. Um, it's actually something I was going to say earlier about it. So this is what they say it looks like. Unfortunately for NASA, when what you guys are normally used to seeing is any one of really didn't expect to do this, so I'm sorry I don't have everything ready, but there we go. So at any given time, you've probably seen this from a NASA feed or picture or
He ain't
anytime
never
they're
watched a
describing
master feed in his
Earth.
life. You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
I can't even see it,
If you
No.
if
and
you
I don't watch plenty at all.
okay, so if you click on my avatar, I'm pretty sure if you see I'm the one with the dog on it. If you push that one, you'll see my screen a little bit better. It'll screen share for you.
I don't even see that screen no more.
Okay, let me see.
Oh wait. Let me see. I see the dog with the avatar.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that one. And you should right now see it's like a web page with a bunch of globes on it.
Nah, but this right here, my phone be loading fast on. I mean, slow on my YouTube, so it ain't
Okay.
doing it.
All right. Well, we'll just walk you through it. No worries. Basically, it's what I'm showing is NASA's version of what our Earth looks like. It's the show right now. I'm showing about 9 different planets. All the planets they all look different from the shape of the continents to the size of the continents, and basically everything NASA shows you. So anytime you've ever seen a globe, um, it's basically been a CGI picture from NASA.
Yeah,
Um, what happens is when you go outside, I mean, I've never met anybody, but when you go outside, you observe no curve. There, you don't see the curve. You don't see any evidence of a curve. Um, there are flat earthers that have sent up where is it? Sent up weather balloons basically with cameras on them, and these are the pictures that we're getting. We're getting an Earth with what appears to be a local sun. So the sun is not 93 million miles away. Um, that is pretty obvious to anybody that looks at it because it also happens to be the same size as the moon. But we get no curve when we take these pictures. Um, there's a lot of us that do a lot of research and there's different things. For instance, I'm a surveyor, so a lot of the work I'm doing, um, I don't use curve into my job when I'm doing elevations and points. Trying to find if there's anything else I could be showing that would make some sense. Um,
All right, I feel like you sound like Charlie Brown's mama right now to him. So this is what we're gonna do.
oh yeah.
Um,
man, I can't even see none of that shit over there.
Yeah, so it would definitely help a lot more if you were able to see what I was trying to present.
imagine this, TC. Imagine that the only way the water it's don't fall into space is because there's a big ass mountain ridge around the world they call an ice ring. Can you imagine that?
I think I have a way for him to see. I'm going to change my background picture so that way he'll be able to see that.
Imagine a 15 subwoofer, and the rim is the ice, and everything where the speaker actually is Earth. That's what they feel like keep the water in instead of it flowing away. Um, some believe that the atmosphere is a hard glass-like structure that you cannot penetrate. They believe the land. Certain people believe the land does not stop; it just continuous. They call it an infinite plane.
Yeah.
Uh, some people believe that there are more continents out there. Uh, some people believe that you just a hole in the middle of the earth, and it's all types of shit that they different people believe that represents what they consider flat Earth is. And I wish the terrain was popped and you can see so you can better understand. And
And
some of
some
these
Yeah, I'm working
people
on it.
you
and
probably
some
be
people
laughing.
believe
You can get to see what he's telling you.
yeah, some people believe you get to walk to the end of the world too. Then you fall
Well,
off the edge of it.
well, see,
Yeah.
that's the problem with it. Because that we personally, I believe there's an ice wall. As to how far that ice wall goes until the end, we don't know. There's a lot of us that believe that there is no such thing as an end. It's so big and so vast that we can't. Um, some believe that on the other side of this ice wall is more people, more land, more continents. You name it, it's there. Um, and beyond that, we don't know. The main thing is we don't know. That's one of the biggest factors of it. No one really knows. Um, but we do know there's an ice wall. They call it Antarctica as a continent. We know that it's an ice wall because it surrounds us. You can get there from
Hmm.
any direction, and one of the reasons we know that these are one of the things they hide is that no one's circumnavigated, from north to south, um, been able to sail around the world. And if it was a globe, it'd be possible. They've shown us no evidence or proof of being able to do that. Um, like I said, my computer is very, very slow. So right now I'm trying to pull up at least an idea of what we think the flat plane is like, so you have a better understanding rather than just us trying to describe it.
Yeah, you got Windows 7 and you got DSL, so you gotta work
Nah,
with
man,
them.
I got like Windows 4. It's bad, real bad. All
Hmm.
right, here we go.
Can you imagine there's no such thing as space? I argue with these motherfuckers this shit all the time.
I see that's the issue. Some of us do. I believe there's space. I don't believe we've been to the moon. I don't think we've ever really gone as far as they think that we have.
My nigga started rolling.
Okay, to better understand what I'm saying, so you believe that we went to the moon?
Do I believe they went to the moon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they been to the moon.
Well, see, the problem with that is, there's a there's a Van Allen belt. It's about 6,000 miles wide, called the Van Allen belt, and it's a belt of radiation.
That shit
It's
like
a
You ever
lot.
heard of that?
womp to him. He don't know what the fuck you talking about.
It's people that died on the moon too because they wasn't supposed to be up there.
You saying
who,
soldier shit.
who who's told you that?
Nah, I'm
Any
serious.
paper? Okay, Sean G, you a paper man. Find out how many cosmonauts died on the moon. That has been something
Okay,
that
no, no.
It's people
I,
died on
I
the moon.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know they've had a lot of rumors that there was a lot of uh, cosmonauts, astronauts from Russia, that were left in space.
It's
Well, yeah.
United States citizens that died on the moon.
What?
How did
United
they get
States citizens them died on the moon.
When did it
But how did they
happen?
get there though?
And then they went up there through the rocket.
Like
The
they were sent
spaceship,
out there.
bro. Nah, however they get up there, the spaceship. You know what I'm talking about?
So like
Yeah.
just the regular shuttles that go, but everyone there are people that they say are up there and the space station. I don't know about the moon though. I don't think we've
I
had a
don't
mission
even
where people have died.
I don't even believe nobody at the space station. But I'm telling you, they didn't went to the moon and they died on the moon because they wasn't supposed to be up there. You
Where'd you
know,
hear this from though?
it's too hot up there. They can't live up there. They can't even breathe up there. So that's how they
Well,
died on the moon.
So they just jumped
They
out
I
of
think
the
they
space station
they
like
had a
like
few moon test dummies when they first sent the first people to the moon.
you say
So
it soldier.
the first few of them died up there. That's how they knew to go up there with them the equipment with them spaceships and shit that they see on them spacesuits. Because they had a few space dummies go up there and die.
What you mean, like the car
where,
dummies used to be on the commercial back in the day?
Nah, I'm talking about real humans went up there. They had to use them for
oh
crash
so
tests.
so people that weren't really astronauts, they sent them up there to see what would happen
No,
if they were.
they was astronauts themselves, but they didn't know how they was gonna react. They thought they can just go up there normally, like they was on Earth. They couldn't do it like that. So it's about 17 good people that died on up on the moon.
17 good people.
No, I see what you're saying, but so this happened from when you heard this. Does it happen recently, or this was a long time ago?
No, this before this happened when these the first people that ever discovered the moon and went on the moon.
Oh,
Neil
so you're talking like
Armstrong.
60s.
Oh, Apollo 10 was the first time they actually went to and circled the moon, I believe.
But I'm talking about the first people that got out on the moon.
Well,
Well,
see, that's the thing. That how there's no way to get to the moon. To get to the moon, they would have had to go through an enormous amount of radiation.
They didn't have radiation all like that back then.
Well, that's the thing. They did. They definitely did have radiation. There's
They
a thing
did, but
called
it
a Van
wasn't
Allen.
like they had radiation, but they didn't know the radiation existed like that. So once they got on the moon, it was over with for them. Like 17 good people died.
17. Now y'all see the shit I go through.
Now, because I'm kind of confused. Is it wait, I don't know how to. What I don't get how they got. How would they have gotten there
17
first?
good people.
Like, there's no way for them to have gotten there. Is the problem?
So how did the first people that you ever known of or that they said went to the moon, how did they get there?
Well, they haven't. They've never been there.
No, but how did they say they got there?
Oh, see, that's the problem because the way they said they got there was on an Apollo mission, which is the equivalent of a trash can with no acknowledgement of how it would be when they did it, and that's why we don't think they did. It just doesn't make sense. Nothing about how they did
see,
it makes
see,
sense.
that's a rumor. They never said they got there on nothing like a little trash can or nothing. They
Yeah,
had
Homer.
they
But
nah. They 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 had something big as a small little apartment building. They was flying up there.
where are you getting your info from, though?
This was kind of huge. They didn't just fly up there. They had something enough to carry about 25 to 30 people. That's how
Oh.
So,
17 of them died up there. Because
but
they had something big to
what?
carry like 25 to 30 people. So that's how 17 of them got up there at one time.
It was only enough for at that time 1, 2, 3, I think 4, but only 3 went.
Okay, but my question is, so who told you this?
So you think they got up there on something small? Don't you know like them little? Don't you know them little bikes that you be riding, and then they got the little cart on the side?
But see, that's the thing. I know for a fact they didn't.
So you think they got up in there in like an almost a capsule or something?
No, no, no.
Uh,
I don't think they went to the moon at all.
They been to the moon though, because
Okay, but that's why I'm asking you. Where did you get your like? Who? How did you find out? Like, who told you this?
uh,
you never been to the museum when you go down there with the little space stuff and all that?
They have a. Do they have
What's the
a?
name of what's the name of that museum of Vermont down there? Ed?
So do you,
Ed.
like the National Space Museum?
It's something like that. I gotta get the name of it.
So basically, what we know to be true at the very least is that to get there would have taken way more fuel, time. Um, they made the videos they made of the Apollo launches. We definitely have proof that the videos they made were fake. Everything from a video they took, I think it was about a day and a half after they launched, saying they were halfway to the moon, even though it would take 3 days to get halfway to the moon.
Hey,
Um,
Ed, what was the name of that museum we used to go to down on Vermont all the time with the school?
and they got one of the space shuttles down here. It's right
Yeah.
where it's right where USC football
What,
stadium is. Is where the
what's the name
Coliseum
of it though? What is
and
the
where the
name of
old.
it though?
I'm trying to say all this to get it out of my head because I can't think of it right now. It's where the sports arena used to be. They tore down the sports arena. It's where the IMAX theater is at. The Garden. What's the fucking name of it? Uh, Damn, it's where one of the space shuttles is right at y'all. Right before you get to USC. I don't know what the name. That's fucked up.
And what's the name of the air? What's the name of the ship that they walk down that street? The Indoor or something like that.
I can't remember.
You know when it was on the news, they walked the big old spaceship down the
Yeah,
Vermont,
no, it was down
the
Manchester and
Endeavor or
it
something
went
like
through
that.
Inglewood and all that.
Yeah, that's where I learned that where the people went on the moon at. People been there on the moon. They
okay,
they
so
took
that's just
they took animals on the moon.
they've put animals in space to see what would happen, but we've never been to the moon. Kind of like, so wait, so like, do you know how much they say the Earth like rotates and how fast you have to go to leave the atmosphere, all that stuff?
I don't know too much about that.
Can you see that my picture now?
Nah, they won't let me see that.
Try to go back and get out of YouTube. Maybe that's doing it.
I've been out of YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, you're watching the Hangout right now, right? Your picture, or do you see just your avatar, your picture, or do you see there should be three or four pictures at the bottom of your phone?
Let me see.
Look at your screen. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see a dude with a mask
You
on
talking
with a
about
hoodie
you talking about on Hangout?
on Hangout.
Yeah.
Look at the dude that says Shine that has a map. Press that picture, and that picture should blow up on your screen.
All right, let me see.
My bad, y'all. He remedial.
Well, who's in the chat? What's up, Free Minded? How you doing, man? Uh, Diz Da Vinci, Flat or chord music. Chord music. If you have anything that you wanted me to play at some point, let me know. Gaming with Harry Gamer. I have no idea who you are, but welcome. McVice is in the house. What's up, McVice? Sorry if I forgot to say something. Just started looking at the chat. So at the NASA place or the Space Museum, did they say how many times they've been to the moon?
Check this out. They been to the moon. They wouldn't come up with no shit like that. They would. They will
How
nobody
many,
come up with no shit like that. Talking about they been on the
Nobody come
moon.
up with no shit like that.
how many times have you been to the moon?
Man, they been to the moon. You Google that shit on the internet. They're gonna tell you how many times they been to the moon.
But everything, yeah, that's the problem. The things that we know they've said that when they went to the moon, we all believe it's fake. So my question is how do
Nah,
you know they went to the
no.
moon?
It's majority people that believe people been to the moon than less people that don't believe they been. Majority people who believe that they been to the moon, they went there. They had picnics and
I,
shit on the moon.
All right now, nigga. All right
all right,
now, nigga. Yeah,
I would
picnics,
love.
nigga.
So basically, I'm not seeing where you could have possibly got your information because I've
Man,
never heard
they
of
played
picnics.
golf on the moon, homie. They played
Did they
golf
show
on the
this on
moon.
TV?
You ever saw them play golf on the moon?
They
Absolutely
did
not.
on have videos of them playing golf and when they did the test with yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
But
I'm gonna tell you this
are you
too. This
seeing these?
something.
Are you seeing these things on like video games or?
Nah, this real life. This in the history books. You know, check this out. And they grew marijuana on the moon.
All
They
right,
kicked.
nigga. All
They
right.
kicked. They kicked. Oh boy, his name was something Wilson. I would never forget his name. They kicked
You
him
just
off the
forgot
So are
his
you?
moon.
name.
They
So
cooked.
you
They
playing?
kicked. His name is. I forgot his name is something Wilson. They kicked him off the moon for growing marijuana on the moon.
You
Okay,
talking about a
so are
movie?
you?
You was high or drunk at the time. You talking about a
Yeah,
movie?
No, no,
that's what
no,
I'm trying to
no.
figure out.
And
I'm wondering if you're
and
playing Grand Theft Auto.
nah, and they said that the weed that Wilson had on the moon was the bomb.
Hey, Ed, so Grand Theft Auto.
Y'all met now.
I don't play video
Y'all
games
see this
anymore. I
shit
don't.
I go through when I try to tell him this shit, right?
Nah, I don't
Okay,
even like
I'm
video
just saying.
games, man. I don't like
I'm
video
just saying.
games.
I haven't played video games in a long time, but what you're saying sounds a lot like a video game.
Man, Google it. They'll tell you. I'm telling you, Google got answers for
Okay,
everything.
okay, here we go. I'm not gonna even Google that. I refuse to Google that. That is obviously a video game or the best dream after smoking the biggest blunt you ever have in your life.
So
That's
so
what
so
that
you
sounds like.
telling me that they didn't go to the moon?
I'm okay. Not only am I saying they didn't go to the moon, but they sure as hell didn't grow weed up there. They
Look,
didn't
listen,
leave
listen, listen,
17
listen.
bodies.
If they went to the moon, best believe they grew some weed up there.
Okay. Have they gone to any other planets?
I don't think they did. I know they went to the moon for sure. I don't know where else they went, but I know damn well their first stop was on the moon.
Did they build? Did they build anything there?
Man, they played golf. They had picnics on the moon. They took a monkey to the moon.
Did they leave them there? I mean, or basically, what I want to know is there anybody? Is there people still living on the moon?
Didn't man? 17 people died on the moon when they first got there.
I quit saying that,
No. So 17 people. Was that everybody, or did they? Some of them live.
It was about 3 of them that lived. But let me tell you this though. That's the first time they ever went to the moon. I'm talking about when I'm talking about the monkey and all the rest of them when they played golf. That was like the fourth trip.
Wait. The monkey play golf? What kind? What did the monkey have a handicap?
You say what about the monkey?
Did the monkey have a handicap?
Nah, the monkey
golf
was a
game.
regular monkey.
Like no.
Matt,
Like when you score golf, like when you say, if you're a Pro Bowl player, you're that good. When you play golf, you have a handicap. Basically, that's your skill level.
Nah, there wasn't nothing wrong with it.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I'm not saying anything physically. What I mean is like, if you have like a handicap of 60, you're pretty good at golf.
Oh no, I don't know too much about golf.
Oh God.
Okay,
All I know,
is the
all
monkey
I know is
is
they
the
was playing
He is
golf on
not
the
trolling
moon.
y'all. He is not trolling y'all. He is not.
so is the monkey and the three other people living there?
Man, they didn't
Like,
live there. They was taking a stop by. They was on the trip. They
where
wasn't
were they
living
going?
there.
Oh
Did
God.
nobody never try to live on the moon? They
Y'all
went
didn't
to
make
the
me
So,
spit
moon.
up my food.
They went to the moon to chill. Ain't nobody never tried to live on the moon.
Oh
so how long
man.
were they there?
Oh.
Man, they was there for about. They was there about a good 17 hours before shit started happening.
Like people, you mean like
Before
people
shit
dying
start
and
happening, nah.
Yeah, they wasn't breathing right and some more shit.
You thinking
So
of it? You thinking
like
of the movie Apollo now?
did they
Apollo
leave a man
13.
behind so that well did they leave a man behind so they could get back?
nah,
Oh
Like
God.
just like in the
like if
U.S.
someone had,
Army, we ain't leaving no man behind. They took him with.
so like they didn't have like one guy stay so like they could like launch off and then he had to stay for them to be able to live, like his
They took the
daughter's like
dead. They
boyfriend or
took the
something.
dead. They took the dead bodies off the moon. Only thing that was left on the moon was a couple of empty beer cans and a hat.
So I just did you graduate high school?
Man, I went to high school. I graduated from the
No, no,
best
no.
high
Well,
school.
we all went to high school, but I'm asking, did you, like they get handed you a piece of paper and everything?
Man, I graduated. I graduated at 15 from high school.
He went to Lock High,
Con-
y'all. Lock
So
Stank.
continuation school.
No, no
Nah,
fucking
hell
continuation
no,
school.
That's what I'm trying to
hell
figure.
no.
Because what you're telling me
That
is
ain't got
so
nothing
far
to do. What?
beyond.
No, no.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
What I'm telling you got something to do with one subject, and this history. We ain't talking nothing about no English. We ain't said nothing about. We ain't added not one thing but them 17 people that died up there. You know.
Well,
We
you would
ain't
be
did we
talking
ain't we ain't
history.
did we ain't did no PE. We ain't did none of that. You feel me? So me and yo, just cause your history, what you believe, and my history, but what I believe is two different things. You can't just say I'm wrong. You probably a Muslim. I'm probably a Christian. You feel me? It's different beliefs. It's what you believe. So now, did you go to high school?
Absolutely.
But
I
Don ain't
can't
got
tell.
shit on my nigga.
I can't tell. I can't tell because if
He
be-
can't
because
tell.
because if you went
Hey,
to
what I
yeah,
want to do
because
is I'm gonna see if I can get Madonna in here.
if you went to high school, you'll know how to have a good conversation, and you will know how to have a good conversation and see other people point of views. You know, and you have to be accepted to other people point of views. You feel me? So now that means that you have a one track mind, and they don't teach that type of shit in school.
Well,
He
I'm
said
sorry.
that
I
shit
have a
no
hard time
more.
believing that they grew weed on the moon and that there's beer cans and
Yeah,
cowboy
homie.
hats.
I told you it's different people point of views. If you want to research
But
it.
there's a difference. There's definitely a difference between a point of view and a facts.
Man, you got a internet, you got a computer. Everything that I told you, if you didn't believe me, as soon as I told you to Google it. I told you
I
to
don't know what
Google
site.
it. If you didn't believe me, if I'm a fight against what you say, I'ma Google
Well, I
it.
haven't
You
said
feel
it.
me? Because I'm
That's the
see
thing.
what's
I don't
going
think.
on. But I'm damn
I'm not
sure not
sure.
about to. I'm damn sure not about to Google nobody not going to the moon because I know they been there.
See, the problem is that you want me to Google some stuff that I wouldn't be caught dead Googling to find out. I believe that what I would Google and what I do know, as in facts, may be a little far out of your range.
See the thing that is called what you're called what you do is called gossiping. You feel me? That's what you doing. You you going
No.
with information. No.
Do you know what
You
facts
going with
are?
you. You going with
So what
facts
facts do
or
you have that the moon
things that
that moon is
really
there?
happen. You feel me?
You pissed
But
cuz off
you
now.
going with things that you believe. You know. That's called gossiping because you didn't heard that from somebody. You feel me? you don't supposed
You
you
saying
don't
gangster shit though.
yeah, you don't supposed to hear stuff from people and then just go say, "Oh, this what happened." You have to do your own research and stuff like that. So the things you doing is called gossiping. Man, somebody been on the moon, and whoever the hell told you, whoever told you somebody to go, so whoever told you somebody to go on the moon, wherever you got that from, I don't care if it's an older lady. I don't give a fuck if it's a blind man, somebody in the funeral, or somebody in the hospital on their last breath. You better go find them and slap the shit out them, homie.
Now y'all see the shit I go through when I
no,
try to have a conversation. Oh
nah,
god.
you better go slap the fuck out them. You know why? Because people been to the moon, man. I'm telling you. See, some of that other shit I don't know about. You might get me on that, but you gonna start off with but you gonna start off with some shit that I knew about. You done fucked up. You feel me? That's what you fucked up.
Oh god. Oh
Nigga.
god.
They been to the moon, nigga.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you might get me tomorrow. You might get me when you change the subject, homie. But they been to the moon. Yeah, this nigga started off with my gangster shit like I'm about to get it wrong. Yeah, homie, they been here, homie. How many times? How many times
They
I
don't even
gotta
know how to
tell
have the
you?
conversation no more.
How many times I gotta tell you? Even my nigga Ed said, yeah, they played golf on the moon, homie. They been they been there. Damn. Yeah.
Oh my! Now y'all understand what I go through when I try to have conversations with him. Oh
but am
God!
I
So are you sure that the high school gave you a piece of paper,
All
man,
right,
he
look,
said
I'll
they
give him this. In that bullshit he said, he said a couple gangster shit that made a lot of sense. Now, that other shit, I don't know, but now y'all see what I go through, man. A lot of this shit.
homie, homie, you better go slap this shit out there, man. They was there, homie.
How
Shit.
do you have a conversation with a motherfucker like this? Y'all help me. Shit. Y'all quiet.
They know I'm
Oh
telling the
shit.
truth. They over there saying this motherfucker is kind of right though. Yeah, homie,
okay. Let me ask you
you
something.
gossiping, homie.
So could you pick up a book right now and read a sentence out of that book for me?
Man, bro,
Oh,
I can spell.
wait,
Hey, check
hold
this
on,
out. I can
wait,
spell
wait, wait.
better than you, homie.
Hold on, wait, stop. This nigga is
I
the
need to find
hood
out.
dictionary. This nigga can spell wherever the fuck you want. This motherfucker's been in
Okay,
spelling
I
bees in
need.
elementary,
I
so
need.
he's not
I'm
an.
gonna go ahead
Reason
and
why I
read.
brought him on, cause he's not an idiot by fucking far. Not.
Okay, well,
I'm the one
everything
that
I've
don't
heard from
have
your
the
buddy
high school diploma and all that shit.
Ed. Okay, but the thing is the things that I hear you talk about, Ed, and then the things that I'm hearing your buddy talk about right now are so far from each other that I couldn't possibly believe that you would ever let him come on an
That's
internet show
and
and
that's a
say
lie.
those
That's a
things.
lie again. Cause you talking about the things we talked about and what I talked about. All we talked about was the moon.
Okay, how far is the moon from here?
Man, homie, that ain't in my nature.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
care about how far the moon is.
okay, okay. So let me ask another question. What do you believe the moon is made out of?
Hey, homie, check this out. I already beat you in the moon subject. You need another.
Okay, so basically, what you're telling me is that you have no real facts behind the moon. So all you're saying is that there's beer, cowboy hats, and monkeys. Okay, I got it. So let me ask you another question. We'll ask you something like, do you know how fast the Earth spins on a globe?
Walked on the moon. He played.
Okay, so I need
Oh
you to not
God.
sidetrack. I need you to not sidetrack. I need you just to answer the question, okay?
Oh.
So how fast does the Earth spin?
Man, homie, I ain't got nothing to do with that, homie. I don't.
You
Okay,
don't got nothing to
so
do with that.
how much? I have a better question then. How many ounces are in a pound?
Look, check this out, homie. No, we not.
Okay, no, you're deflecting again. I need to know how many ounces are in a pound.
Homie, we going. You going from the moon into ounces, homie? Check this out. We didn't.
Okay, so let me ask another question. In the time it took you to figure these things out, was it before or after your third life in Grand Theft Auto?
I ain't
He
never
don't play
played
video
that
games.
Grand Theft Auto. Hey, check this out.
Well,
Let me
there's
let
got to
me
be
tell you this.
something you've played or something you've watched that's
I
made
got
you
a
think the
question
way
for
you
you. For you, I want to see how smart you are because you just saw how smart I was. Because I told you your ass they walked on the moon. You feel me? So if you keep
but you have
believing that they
no
did,
proof, no
no.
evidence, and nothing to back what you're saying. So I need to figure out
I'm
what
gonna tell you.
where you're coming
I'm
from.
gonna tell you just like this. I'm gonna really tell you just like this. You trying to make it seem like I'm not intelligent and nothing like this. I'm gonna show you how retarded you are. You dumb than a motherfucker if you didn't think they
Let's
walked.
get this one thing straight. Let's just so we get this understanding. And I apologize if you don't like the way I'm going to talk right now, but I'm going to keep it as real as I possibly can. You're probably about the dumbest motherfucker I've ever had on here. Do not ever in your life question my ability to think and
Man,
or
bro,
research
you
and or
thinking they
know
didn't walk?
fact. Okay, so my facts are beyond what you think could have happened when it comes to the moon. You have not told me how far the moon is. You've not even told me a possible version of how they got to the moon. Now, I'm not going to let you sit on my stream and talk shit about me sounding the way you do about any of the information that you spit out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep you turned down so I can actually speak and get what I have to say out. And then I'm going to turn up the volume and I'm going to understand. I'm going to make sure you understand where I'm coming from so we can have an actual conversation.
But
Okay, so
this a whole nother
no,
thing though.
okay, so until you realize that, we're going to continue to do it this way. Ed, I'm pretty sure this is part of your fun little game, but I don't want to be
He no,
insulted by
he's
someone.
not a troll. This is he's not a troll.
Well, I can tell you right now, your boy is not gonna. He's not gonna last very long on here, especially if he's gonna just talk shit like he thinks he knows what he's talking about. Because I'm pretty sure you have to have told him at one point in time, dude, you sound stupid as shit. Don't say that to anybody. There had to have been at some point.
You said you what?
Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn your volume back up, Tommy, because no one can hear you because you're ranting and you're raving about things that make zero sense. So I'm going to do is I'm going to turn your volume up and I'm going to let you talk, but I hope it's with a lot more validity in what you have to say. Okay, here we go. So don't hope you're
He
not
is
ranting when I
validity.
turn it up. There you go. Okay, so in 5 words or less, I need you to tell me real facts about the moon landing. Otherwise, I'm just
Homie,
gonna go ahead and say this is
No,
a
no,
waste of
no.
my
Just,
time.
just,
no,
just hear him
no.
out. Just hear him out. Just hear him out. Go ahead.
How can we already went past the moon? You feel me? I told you we got to go to something else, but I told you I had a question for you.
Yeah,
I
but see,
my
here's the okay. So before you ask your question, I want to make it very clear that you've not done anything to make me feel it even close to necessary to even answer any of your questions.
I'm giving you
So,
knowledge,
I,
man. I'm showing you.
okay, so we have a
Yeah,
Madan.
no, don't
So
start that.
I'm not sure if you're trying to be apply for the job of a Madan, but we have
No,
one.
no,
And
never that.
trying to,
Never that.
oh, we have one. We have
You
one,
have no idea.
and
He don't, wait. Hold on. Let me say something. He don't watch the streams. He don't know none of that. He has
well,
no
the problem I have
idea.
is what does he do? Does what I mean? Does he doesn't watch TV? He probably doesn't. I'm not sure if he reads books, but to me, as far as I'm concerned, it's all he wants to do is talk shit. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a waste of my time. So if you want to, you got a word for this dude to shut up and listen or whatnot. But otherwise, I have no need for this.
Man, the
We
people
have a
love
Madonna.
hearing what I got to say.
I doubt it.
They do.
Who?
Ask them. They love hearing what I got to say.
You sure about that? Because I can tell you right now that I could easily just end this and move on to better topics. And I guarantee
I've
it,
been.
my the people in the
I
chat would be much happier with
already
it.
told you we passed the moon. You got to get me in something else. I've been told you that.
Yeah, you have less facts than Madon. Madon, I would believe Madon's story before I would believe anything you have to say.
Madon
You
been
won't
on
believe
panels.
me.
I gotta say this, Madon. I when I got on Dreads, Madon been already been on Dreads. So Madon been on Flat Earth. I've been on Flat Earth channels for about 7 months now. So Madon probably been knowing about Flat Earth probably a year or so. So that's
But the
kind of
problem
like
is that I've never in my life heard
this
anyone
is
like
his
this dude.
introduction. This is his introduction.
I don't think it's an introduction. I think he's a troll. Tell you the truth.
I'm being very serious. He's not a troll. It just
Well, he seems more of a troll than anything I've ever met. It's worse.
because y'all
I've never
start
heard
playing
anyone.
with each other's intelligence. So it's
I've
like
never in my life heard anyone speak like he does, and have it. I mean, I can't even say. I don't even have words to express what I'm hearing right now.
Can I talk?
I'd rather you
You,
not,
you still didn't let me ask my question yet.
because I'm not going to answer your question.
I answered your question.
No, you did not. You didn't answer any of my questions. And the stuff that you're saying right now is only making you look trollish as hell. The other thing is I don't have time. It's this is ridiculous. I had 1,000 other things we could be building on, and all I'm hearing is pure nonsense. It's ridiculous. Um, I'd much rather build on shit that makes sense to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the subject. And the things I'd rather do is I'd rather talk more like flat Earth and ideas and fuckery with the government, NASA, shit we've heard in the news, or ideas we have for existence. I don't really have time for that anymore. So I'm not doing the troll thing. Whether your boy's a troll or not, it's I can't even imagine that you actually hang out with this dude, Ed, because I've talked to you and had many of conversations, and to me,
look, look, look. I was
it seems
going
more far fetched. It seems more far fetched that you would have brought him here to learn flat Earth than more to troll my channel.
I'm gonna say this. What he has to say is basically what other people says when it comes to what you can find on the internet about going to the moon. What got to
So, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and change the subject because that was obviously just ridiculous. So what we're gonna do is we'll go ahead and build on some other stuff. I'm not sure if Jake's at his mic or not. If you are, you can come back on, and I'm pretty sure we won't be having any conversations from him anymore. Um, but like I said, I saw a spot on the moon, and I have the video, but it's really not clear. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hope everything I can that it'll be on later or it'll be there in the morning, and I'll take a picture of that because it kind of weirded me out, to tell you the truth.
I am
But I apologize to the chat.
back. I am
Um,
back. I am back. Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'll just stop talking on the fact that I don't think. See, here's what's wrong. So I know Ed. I know Ed's fucking smart as shit. We all know that. If so, two things come to mind. Either that was 100% planned troll, so Ed wanted him to come on here and troll me, or Ed's been faking it, and Ed and him think that way. Now we all know Ed's smart, so there's no way in hell I believe that Ed would even ever have that conversation with him. I honestly know for a fact, based on just what the fuck, that's how that happened. As far as I'm concerned, he can do that somewhere else. Um, I don't really have time for it because it could have been funny until that dude, wanted to start talking over me, which is never ever going to happen here. So what we'll go through now is
Yeah, that was a bit much.
yeah, he took it too far to even make it keep it funny if that's what he was trying to do. So Ed and his buddy will not ever be welcome here. Ed, more than definitely. Um, Maybe he just smoked one or two, three, four, or five dip more blunts than he should have. But I'm not interested in playing that right now. Um, Now that I'm all sidetracked, let me see if I can get a topic going. What did what do we want to talk about, people? Um, oh, okay. I do know we were having a conversation about a dome or no dome,
About what?
whether there was a dome or not.
Oh yeah, and there.
Hang on one second. Hey, like I said, Ed, I 100% believe that you are a smart man, and I've had many builds with you. Um, your boy, whether it offends you or not, is either a troll or he's far too dumb to have conversations, and I'm not doing that anymore. Um, you're lessening yourself, bringing him here. So I don't know what the plan was. I'm not a stupid man, so I know the giggling and the dumb answers was probably talked about or whatever. So it's either you guys planned that and it wasn't very funny and it more made your boy look like a fool, or your boy is really like that, and then there's a bigger issue in himself that he needs to go figure out, but not here. Um, but like I said, uh, sidetracking the show is probably the biggest sign of you being a troll. So I'd rather people are like me saying what I'm saying or not. I don't really care. Um, I like I said, like the title says, I am mean. That's all I can be. I don't lie. I'm not fake. So when something happens and I have a feeling about it, I'm gonna say it. And that's all there is to it. Um, there's time to play and there's times not to play. And your boy took the fake, whatever there was fake or not. He took the dumb to a new level that I'm not willing to do here. Um, so I'm gonna do something that I never usually do. I'm gonna actually try to see if I can find a good headline, some fuckery that the media is doing. I'm serious because everything in my brain kind of just went out the window. Oh, okay. I have a good idea. So I know what I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about this recent the EMP drill that the government had gone through. Basically, we now obviously know that it was a drill through something else. It wasn't something that was actually going to happen. But I think instead of it being a scare or a cover up for that Antifa thing going on, I believe that they did it without. I think they were telling us basically this is what we're worried about without actually saying it. So we know all this crap's been going on with North Korea. The main thing with that is a lot of people are saying that the whole North Korea thing is fake. The problem is I could see how you could say the Cold War was fake because both sides had more than an opportunity to actually do some damage, but none of them ever did. Whereas in North Korea, we've always been enemies. There's never been a time where we're talking, we're negotiating, nothing like it at all. Um, they are allies. They're allies with China, but at the same time, China makes a lot of money from the United States, so they're not really gonna piss us off as much as everyone thinks they were willing to do to back North Korea. I think what people are forgetting to realize is that building a nuclear weapon and sending it here um, is takes a lot more than people think. But to send an EMP weapon here would be a lot easier. And actually, whether you realize it or not, a lot more dangerous. It would cover more ground than a nuke would, with a less of a payload, which means it'd be easier and cheaper. So to me personally, I think the thing is North Korea probably is working on an EMP bomb, and that's what we need to be thinking about and worrying about. I know a few weeks ago I did a video and was talking about how North Korea actually had some earthquakes near where one of the facilities are that they're building nukes. And I know a lot of people were worried that they were setting off nukes underground. Um, Typically, I don't think they've done that for at least 50, 60 years, realizing that obviously setting a nuke underground is the smartest thing to do. Um, I believe that we used the earthquake weapon, thinking, if it hit hard enough or we hit the right spot, it would damage their ability to build these weapons. I mean, and I say this basically because we know for a fact that we're not the only country with weather weapons. So whether it's all brand new to our ears or brand new to the military spectrum at all, I believe they've been doing this for a long time. I also know that to shoot a nuke and it make it here would take so long that North Korea would have to know that we could shoot it down. We'd intercept it easily. There's too much area between the two to do that. Just to be effective. So, as far as I'm concerned, if there was something to think about, it would be more this EMP situation. So I think what I'll do is, over the next few streams, I think we'll start going over what is an EMP, how does it work, and is there a way to, is there even a way to defend it, or are we all just going crazy? Basically, what would that be? Jay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull some stuff up, and let's go over basically EMPs. I'm sorry.
There's a way to deflect it, but it has to. It's like I think it's one of those things that everybody can build like in a home, but you need like certain materials. But there's a way to deflect it.
Would it be something like? Well, see that it would have to be some type of. Well, would it be electric? Would it be a type of material? So basically, it says what an EMP is so sometimes also called electromagnetic disturbance, is a short burst of electromagnetic radiation, such as the pulses or origins may be natural oriences of a man-made and or occur as a radiostatic field or conducted electrical current, depending on its source. EMP interference is generally disruptive or damaging to electrical equipment. Basically, every piece of your equipment, like computers, radios, cell phones, all has basically a motherboard, a brain. The EMP basically targets that and fries it. Where am I at? Damaging electrical equipment as a higher energy levels of powerful EMP events, such as a lightning strike, can damage physical objects such as buildings and aircraft structures. The management of EMP effects is an important branch of an electromagnetic capabilities and engineering. So basically, this is saying a type of EMP that we've been able to see is lightning. So, like, a lightning strike would hit your house or a plane, how if all the electricity kind of shorts out. The EMP basically works in that same way. Um, says weapons have been developed to create and damaging effects of high energy EMPs. Misleading or incorrect information about such weapons, both real and fictional, have become known as the public by means of popular culture and some politicians' claims. Misleading information includes both exhaustion of EMP effects, downplay, and significance of EMP threats. So this kind of touches on all of it, but at the same time, it's still keeping it down low, I guess you would say. Um, the types of EMPs, lightning. So lightning. We also know that part of their the weather warfare and the HARP and technology that I was talking about before. We know that they're working on weather. We know that they can make lightning. Um, they can make lightning, tornadoes, pretty much any situation. I think lightning is probably almost one of the easiest because all it is putting those electric ions, building up clouds, and a charge. Um, what else? So we have an electrostatic discharge, which is events are characterized by high voltage of many kilowatts, but small current, and sometimes cause visible sparks. Um, this would be, like touch a car battery lead and a negative wire together. You'll see it. It's able to be seen. Another one we have is a switching pulse. Switching pulse action of an electric current creates a sharp change in the flow of current. This sharp change is a form of EMP. So basically, like overpowering something. If the current only takes so much volts, and you pack twice as many volts into it, you'll oversurge it, and it will shut off. It'll blow relays, solenoids, and basically little motors. So if you ever had let's say a remote control car with one of those little motors in it, it would basically be like putting three of those motors and overpowering the engine so much that it blow itself up. There is a nuclear electromagnetic pulse. Uh, abbreviated name is NEMP. A nuclear electromagnetic pulse is an abrupt pulse of electric magnetic radiation resulting in a nuclear explosion. This resulting rapidly changing electric fields and magnetic fields may cause may couple with electrical and electromagnetic systems to provide damaging current and a voltage surge. So that's kind of the same thing. I guess on a nuclear level. Some of these I haven't actually heard of before. The high altitude electromagnetic pulse. Now this is actually the EMP type attack I would believe they are talking about and worried about. Um, whereas an EMP is what you would imagine is like a suitcase type weapon. You would put in a suitcase and have a switch. This is what you would send high up into the atmosphere and set off. It gets a wider range. It's less capabilities of being tracked. And if there was a way to think it would happen, this is the way I was thinking it would be with a high altitude electromagnetic pulse. A high altitude electromagnetic pulse is a nuclear type EMP warhead designed to be detonated far above Earth's surface. This explosion releases a blast of gamma rays into the mid stratosphere and ionic sphere and results energetic free electrons interacting with the Earth's magnetic field to produce a much stronger EMP than normally produced in the denser air and lower altitudes. So basically, you get more bang for its bucks using this one. But of all of them, this is definitely the one I was thinking they were going to do. Um, I don't know what I just hit. Now, you were saying there are different ways. Let's see if we can find something. for ways to prevent these type of situations. Let's go to control tests, addicted pulse, threat pulse simulation. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and search and see if we can find something else more of like a EMP defense. See how that pans out. What survives an EMP? Let's look into that. Or let's look into what it affects. So, when talking a nuclear uh, electromagnetic pulse, things that this would affect would be so this is basically talking about a worldwide. As far as what would survive an EMP, what items might survive an EMP is the question. An EMP is an electromagnetic pulse, is a side effect of a nuclear explosion, or my coronal mass ejection from the sun, and or so like what this first part is saying is an EMP, a nuclear EMP is kind of like a solar flare or a purposed EMP bomb. An EMP is a near. Okay, I've already read what it is. I kind of want to know what would survive it. See if we can find something. How to defend an EMP attack. What the hell are you doing over there, Jay? You're all quiet.
I am doing what you said that other guy was doing, playing Grand Theft Auto.
All right, so let's see if we can look through here and see if there's some ways of defense. Yeah, I definitely got to look into this. All right, not that one.
Mr. Shunji.
What would happen? I would go into what would happen if there was an EMP attack. Obviously, this is the first I brought into this, so I'm going to do a lot more research, and hopefully by next show, this is going to be a good topic. Here's what would happen if North Korea, exactly the scenario I was talking about. Here's what would happen if North Korea hit the United States with an EMP that could take out 90% of the population. Experts recently told Congress that a North Korean electromagnetic pulse attack on the United States would wipe out 90% of the population. EMP attacks are unproven, and the academic community finds this claim ridiculous. So, how ridiculous is it? We know there are EMPs. We use them. I mean, they're open about it. From everything from lasers to earthquake guns, controlling hurricanes. I mean, you name it, they use it. So let's see what this one would say. See if it's worth a damn to listen to. This is a video basically describing electromagnetic pulse attack would cripple America. This is by the Lip TV 2. I'll put it in the description also, so hopefully I won't get a copyright.
Hashtag copyright.
All right.
Electromagnetic pulse attack. The threat that could melt the electric grid would force us to face the greatest catastrophe. An EMP from a nuclear weapon detonated in space would, in essence, fry the whole electrical grid system. North American Aerospace Defense Command is looking for a way. to protect and shield against such a strike. To put it simply, if we were attacked at a high altitude by a nuclear weapon, it would cripple our infrastructure. Margaret, currently they're looking at the Cheyenne Mountain, the Cold War bunker, to be able to go in and protect the electric grid system from having this catastrophe of possible nuclear EMP attacks, or also too a natural disaster of a big geomagnetic storm that actually passed us in Earth in 2012.
Well, just the fact that our electrical grid system is this vulnerable.
Make it a little bit easier to watch with all of the buffering.
It's me a great deal. You would think that NORAD, our first line of defense against something like this, would have this as a top priority. You know, when you say the words nuclear weapon, that strikes a chord with most Americans. And we didn't talk about Iran per se, but it would be interesting to know, who would be setting off this potential hazardous, dismantling force that would cripple us like this. I would assume that it would be Iran.
Yeah, and it is definitely not a priority. It's a lot of people have not talked about if this crisis happened, but it would be debilitating to our American people for food, for water, for the whole infrastructure. Many lives would be, millions of lives would be taken. There's also different ways now that they're trying to figure out with the generators. The Tesla box is coming out, which is about $3,000 to be able to prevent. Because how do we protect America if while we're waiting for Washington? The bill was trying to pass in 2010, the grid bill, but it unfortunately was held out by a senator. So as Washington waits, what do we do as the American people to prevent from this if this happened by a natural disaster or a nuclear bomb?
Seeing Trent Franks from Arizona. He's been a big loudmouth on this issue. First of all, I don't think that most Americans have $3,000 lying around to go spend on a protective system just in case this happens. I don't know what the best line of defense would be for this, except that, we're talking about it, and perhaps more people, as they become aware of this issue, it might gain some more traction. I actually had to Google our electrical grid system. I didn't even really know what that comprised before today. So, I'm assuming most Americans are like I am.
Well, yeah, and they say they need about $2 billion to actually start this. So they're saying they should take it from Pakistan for foreign aid and pour it into our infrastructure to be able to make sure that we're ready for this. Again, these are things that are, just like what happened in Louisiana when they didn't have the levees and there was a natural disaster. We don't want this to happen again. If we see the signs early on, perhaps we should notice it so this doesn't happen and to prevent.
Sure. I'm all for trimming our foreign aid packages, be it Pakistan, although they're one of the 9 countries that actually have nukes. So maybe not Pakistan. Maybe we should take our foreign aid away from Yemen since they're collapsing anyway.
And I think the electrical grid system should be under some type of bunker. I think that it is a bit outdated for it to be so exposed. And considering we are thriving on electric now, our nation is 100% dependent on it. So for us if this did happen, we probably do need to think of new innovative ways to protect.
Sure.
And we'd like to hear what you feel about the electric grid system and how it needs to be protected. Please leave your comments below, and thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, so I personally took from that is they definitely know that things like this are happening, but it seems like they're still trying to keep it as hush-hush as possible. Now that I'm realizing how realistic it could be, now really putting thought to it, I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and kind of end the talk about it right now, and we can either build from it, I guess, but I think it'd be better to build from it with more knowledge of it. Not sure if anybody in the chat has heard of these situations or type of weapons and would have something to add to it, but I definitely know I'd rather do some research on it tonight, and maybe come back tomorrow and do the show that way.
Yes, my boy, my brother.
So I think what we're gonna do is, since I actually now really want to look into this topic, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end it tonight. Kind of went pretty far south uh, with our guests. I will be vamping our guests a little bit better from now on. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Use this as a perfect idea building stream, and we're gonna go live tomorrow for sure. And I'll have a lot more on EMP. Um, it's more toward. I really don't have too much information on EMP to give good information out, and I don't really like doing that. Um, and also at the same time, usually the time it starts to become a build was definitely wasted by our guest. So, like I said, I do apologize that it wasn't as fun and or eventful of a stream as yesterday or any other time. Um, Now, actually questioning if I want to even go, air this one, which I probably won't. So, what we're gonna do is I may go live in an hour or so. I may go live in the morning, but I'm definitely gonna go look into this. Thanks for cruising out, guys, and again, I apologize.